I've been bald for the last 5 years, so the hat collection it's pretty extensive. What's up, cuties? We're about to go through my full hat collection. Like I said in the intro, it's been 5 years of me having no hair, so the hats that I can wear is limitless, pretty much. It's gonna be a 2-part video because, as you saw in the intro, I have a lot of hats. And there's no way I'm going through all that in one video. So make sure you subscribe for part 2. Let's get into part 1. I'm basically just gonna go through every single hat that I have. We're gonna talk about it for a couple seconds because I don't have a lot of time. And then I'll show you a look. I keep all of my hats in these bins. Sometimes I organize it based on winter and spring and like warm hats, like some have fur in here, but as you can see right now it's not fairly organized. It kind of teeters between being organized and not being organized. We see where it is now. I hold all of my cap hats on a clothing rack and I basically just loop it around. It's like one of those $9 clothing racks you get from Target, and I just essentially loop them on there, and this just makes it easy assembly. And it's all the ones that have a snapback. That is what we're gonna go through first. Since it's in my hand, this hat is the most controversial hat that I have. When I walk around a lot, I get it. It kind of looks like the, you know, I'm literally the fire safety team. I am obsessed with this cap just because it's so breathable. It's so perfect for spring and summer because literally most of the head is out. And as a girly with no hair, I need a bit of head protection throughout the summer and the sunny times. But I also don't want to be hot as word to your mother. The next hat in my cap collection is this one. In a similar situation, you can see I'm going with a theme here when it comes to these snapbacks. It's just a perfect color scheme. I'm obsessed with wearing red. So I love anything with red accents, and this yellow is just it's such a good pop. And then the Ed Hardy style of like the graphic on the front. Honestly, I think the cap looks are probably gonna be my favorite looks because I just am so used to wearing them. So my brain is always percolating with new ideas for it. Speaking of favorites, this hat right here is a favorite that I stole from my girlfriend. I've had it for over a year now. I even have makeup stains inside of the hat. But I'm so obsessed with this pink, and I recently got into wearing pinks and being more cutesy girly with my outfits. I think I teeter between trying to be more streetwear but still feminine. But this is the perfect version of that. And I love this little thing at the top that no one ever sees unless you're super tall. It's graphic. It's just, and it goes under the hat too. Like, the details on this hat is insane. I think we got it from a farmer's market. I think we got this from a clothing market, like a vintage market, but some other city in Illinois, you know? I got this from the flea market. This is such an iconic find. I think I got it for $5. It's just the butterfly, same little situation that I love. As you can see, we're getting a running theme about these hats, just different graphic on the front. And I like that this is a denim up here. I love wearing blues. I pretty much just wear everything I love all the time. Like, I'm so consistent. Like, if you've ever been in love with consistency, then you love me. Make sure you subscribe. This is such a beautiful hat. I love the butterflies. 100% nature, darling. And yeah, it's just, I'm a big fan. There's no real anything else to say about it. I feel like I'm remembering why I got some of these hats as I'm talking, but I got this hat from a clothing swap that I was putting on myself. And so I was going to different Chicago-based thrift stores and being like, hey, what do you want to donate, anything? And this is one of the donations. It's a Jack Daniels hat. And if you know me, I went on a whiskey tour back in like 2018, I think, and I have not stopped talking about it. I really understood the whiskey bros. All of a sudden, I was like, oh yeah, like, whiskey is fucking delicious. You just have to have it where it's not the bottom of the shelf, you know? This Jack Daniels is probably my most approachable, good price whiskey that I enjoy. Jack Daniels Old Time Quality Country Cocktails. This is, again, one of my favorites because of the blue, the peel of green. Green is my favorite color. So having this is just, I would love to make a hat like this. That's a thing for a different video. This is that hat.
Let's make it happen with Izzy's love.
Now this one I don't wear as often as I would like. I thrifted this one from a regular thrift store. I think it was like a Unique or something, but I thrifted it because it says Reese's Pieces, and one of my favorite cereals is Reese's Pieces, but I don't wear this one that much. We'll see. Maybe I can pull from the black and white this tiny here, do a black and white. I don't know. You'll see in the try on. I don't know how I'm going to style this, but you'll see. This is another flea market find. I honestly think I got this the same time I got the butterfly hat. And it's this chickens that are fighting, like, or roosters. You know, I don't know. If you know chickens and birds, let me know in the comments. What kind of bird is this? I'm going to say it's... Oh, wait. Now I'm actually looking at it. I think it's a rooster. Again, let me know in the comments what you would say, but I'm going to go with the roosters. But again, 100% nature, $5. It's a beautiful color scheme. Green's my favorite color. We love red in this household, and it pretty much goes with everything. But anytime I don't want to be looked at, I can't wear this hat, because every single time people look at it, double take. Is that fucking rooster? Is that chicken? Okay, this is my last actual snapback. I have some similar styles coming up too, but this is the actual last snapback that I hold at the top of that rack. And this one has been in my wardrobe for so long, but I do not wear it. I think there was this very specific time that I wore it. I had like a sailor blazer. It wasn't necessarily sailor, but it kind of tied into this really well. And I would wear it all the time with that outfit. But now I think, and also I had locks when I had this. It's a little too big and it's a little nostalgic, so that's why I keep it. But I would love to see how I'm styling this. Now let's get into the first bin. This was the one that was closest to me, so let's just start with it. Actually, before we get to that, there were some extra hats that had just fell out and on the floor. So let's go through those. This hat, I got it for 20 bucks. It's an Ed Hardy hat, and I got it from a thrift store, a local in Chicago. I think it's called, I'll put the store at that I got it from on the screen, but I just am obsessed with this. I love a hat that just sits on the top of my head, and it's just like real cool. Like, I feel really cool when I wear this, and this is a hat that my girlfriend constantly steals from me and stresses out with her big ass head. I just like, I love you, babe. Love you, babe. We both love this hat, and I'm so obsessed with it. And it's the green. You can see a running thing, green and red, green and red, green. Next up, this is not a hat necessarily. Like, I don't know if the girlies would call this a hat, but I'm adding that to the collection. And this is just this really cute bonnet. There's a story about this. If you know, you know. Basically, I spent $70 on it. I think I spent $80 actually. I think I spent $80 on this bonnet. And somebody knitted it for me. And you might think, oh my God, that's a really good price. What do you mean? That's a great price. And I agree. Like, I bought it with the intention of being like, wow, this is a great price. I'm so excited. I love your work. Woo, woo, woo. But 3 months later, I was still messaging me like, so about that bonnet. And they were advertising customs on their Instagram. I didn't have my bonnet. And it's honestly a little too big for my head. It fits my girlfriend way better than me, but I still like to wear it because I spent $80 on it. So let's style it up. This is another hat that I've had in my wardrobe for forever. I'm obsessed with it. It's more nostalgia now than it is style. I don't think I gravitate toward this as much as I used to, but I don't ever really clean out my hat collection. Let's be for real. As we're seeing, I don't think I cleaned out my hat collection enough. I did at one point. At one point, I cleared out all the bucket hats that were in my hat collection just because when I had hair, that was more of a thing. But even then, it kind of really wasn't for me. It was just a thing at the time. And now, not having hair, it just really is not my vibe. And I think this kind of goes into that situation, that section of my wardrobe. But like I said, this is nostalgia. Honestly, the outfit that I put together is going to dictate if I keep it or not. So look at the screen in 1, 2. find, and it's honestly as small as my head is, as cute and petite and tiny as my head is. I low-key can only fit this just barely. This is really cute, like fluffy hat. I'm so obsessed with this. I will put you down more, but I have makeup on and I don't want to mess up my makeup. Sorry. I'm so obsessed with furry hats. I just think it's beautiful. And you know I love the color red. This is another one and I'm obsessed. This one does get in my eyes a lot, like the little frillies does get in my eyes a lot, but I don't want to trim it because I feel like it trims down its beauty. And like when you find beauty, you don't trim her down. You lift her up. You put her on her head and you bust a fit. My girlfriend gave me this hat and it low-key is always so, like I said, I am not a bucket hat girly anymore. And it's so hard to find outfits that kind of go with my vibe and go with this hat. Just because it is like this cool like texture to it too. And if you don't know what this hat is inspired by, I thrifted this hat from a seller who closed down her brand to become a full-time flight attendant and like reshape her life and da da da. You know, you've seen the videos. I changed my life at 30. That's what she was on. And she got rid of all her inventory for really good prices. And I got this hat actually for free. She saw me put it on. She was like, wait, that's so you. And I was like, yes, I love a hat that looks like a wig. Honestly, I feel like this becomes the outfit when I wear it. So this try on, let's see if I can just make it go into the look instead of making it stand out. Let's do one more fuzzy hat. As you can see, I'm obsessed. And honestly, oh, I was going to say that's the last of my fuzzy hats. No, it's not. We're going to take a break after this one and go to some different texture hats. But I'm so obsessed with this. This is a hat I'll literally never get rid of. I got this from a garage sale and I got it for like 20 bucks, I think it was. And they were doing sliding scales and they originally just was like, you can just send me like $3 for it. And I was like, no. Yes, I could. But no, I think that's disrespectful to the hat. I don't care about you, babes. It's disrespectful to the hat. And so I spent like 20 bucks on this and I did not need to, but I needed to, you know? The next hat, this is literally a child's hat and it's a child knit, and it's low-key the reason why I wanted to get that bonnet, the green bonnet, made is because I'm obsessed with this hat and I was like, oh my god, I need to have more knit stuff. And what I like to do is I have a mannequin head that I'll sit this on the day before I want to wear it. This is preparation is key. The day before I want to wear it, I'll put it on the mannequin head and so it stretches out to my head shape and it just slides perfectly on my head. Right now I didn't do that, so I'm not gonna even try to get it too far. But you know, you saw that it was pretty much on my head and I'm obsessed with this so much. I feel like a superhero when I wear this for some reason. Codename Kiss Next Door, this feels like one of them. Another beauty, I got this for $20 at Silver Room and they were doing like a sale or something like that, and I was like, I am obsessed. And I like that this is actually, they had different sizes, so this is a size medium and it's my little Kango hat, and I was like, oh my god, I need some Kango in my wardrobe. And it's such a neutral. I always slap this on when I'm like, oh, I need a hat, but I don't want it to really take away from the rest of my outfit. This is a great option. Now some people wouldn't say that, but this is a great option for me. It does not take away from my wardrobe. This wool hat I got from the beauty supply, actually. I love going to the beauty supply for hats. If you are not already doing that, I highly suggest you go to the beauty supply for hats. Some of the coolest hats I've been able to find are from the beauty supply. And this is definitely one of them, especially considering it's 100% wool. And I think I got it for like $10 and it's so cute. I know I said I don't like bucket hats and this is not really to me like a bucket hat. This is giving Kango vibes. Like, I'm sorry. I don't wear it as much as I used to, but she's saying. Going back to my fuzzy hats, I am obsessed with, I mean, honestly, the last one was a little bit fuzzy, but I'm obsessed with this little, it just sits on the top of my head. Often feel like I can't really wear this just with an outfit though. I like have to have this as an outer layer hat. So that's the challenge for this time, is to style it as if I'm not wearing a coat. This doesn't feel like it should even be a part of this video. I literally, my girlfriend stole this hat from a friend, and then now we have it because we both end up liking it, like the way it fit on our head. And it's just this cap. I like the way I put it on to be like this little, it's giving that baby with that little tiny cap on, and it was looking down the phone like this. This is what this hat is giving me, and I love her. I just like the color because it's very like deep, but also not distracting. You know what I mean? And it has a little texture. I love texture. Speaking of knitted hats, this is a masterpiece. I think I got it for $4 at the thrift store. Anytime I'm like, oh, I wish I had hair, I put this hat on. Again, with the cute, adorable hats. This one is inspired by Bob's Burgers. If you know, I forgot her name. I always think of Tina, but it's not Tina. It's the other sister. But this was inspired by her. I think it's honestly a Bob's Burger tag inside there. The ears are adjustable, and I think that's so cool. And big fan. Like I said, I love a fur hat. It is a bald girly. I need to have my head warm, and especially living in Chicago, the temperatures get low. This hat does the trick. Not only is it leather, but it's also lined. Like, it's just amazing. This hat is one of those hats that I'm thinking about giving away at some point. Let me know in the comments if you want that to be to you. Just because I'll see how I style it, but it feels limiting to me, you know? This hat has been with me since I was 18, and I am so in love with her. It's just this orange little cap. As you can see, I love a rolled up cap. It just shows off of my little head, like, oh, I feel like it looks so petite. Stop doing that. This rolled up cap is been in my wardrobe, and it feels like, I don't know when I got this or where from, but I do enjoy her. It's one of those hats that I kind of have more for function over style. It goes with a lot of things, just simply doesn't really take away from the outfit. I can slap her on for the warmth and it not be a big deal. But that's kind of basically why I have this, less so for the fashion purposes, but I like how muted it is. Wow. We finally got to the end of this bin. Oh my gosh. I'm putting a time counter on the screen per each hat because I can't imagine how many hats that would work. So we're gonna say that was the end of part 1 of this video. Make sure you like and subscribe so you're available and you get the notification when the next video is out. I upload once a week every Wednesday, and I will be back for part 2 of me trying on every single hat and styling it. I can't wait to see what looks we put together for part 2 of this video, and how many hats that I know I still have to love to look at. If you're just as hat obsessed as me and you got a little inspiration about what to add to your own hat collection, drop it in comments below. I labeled each number of hats. Let me know what hat number was really vibing with you and what you might try to look for or make for yourself to add to your own hat collection. We'd love to see you back for the next video. Make sure you subscribe so you can see part 2, and don't forget, you're a cutie. Izzy, 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 Izzy. Izzy, Izzy.